Perfect. Guys, there's a chapter which is really nice. It is a very tiny chapter, but it has a lot of importance, at least at CA inter level. And that chapter is called clubbing of income. So that is what we are going to do next. So this is clubbing of income. Let's understand what is there in clubbing of income. It's a very nice chapter, but very conceptual, guys. Please tell me, if you are caught with drugs, will they put you to jail? If you are ever caught with drugs, will they put you to jail? Yes. But if this is your drugs and you don't want to be put to jail, can you give it to someone else? Can you hand it over to your friend? Yes, you can hand it over to your friend. Just one second. There's a lag. Sorry guys, there's a lag. I'm here. Guys, there is a lag. I'm back. I hope I'm audible and I'm visible and there is no lag now. Okay. So just want to discuss one small concept, and this clubbing of income can happen if you understand that concept. Guys, let's say you are doing something illegal, you are dealing in drugs. If you deal in drugs, if you are caught, will you be put behind bars? Will you be put in jail? Yes, you will be put in jail if you are caught with drugs. So you don't want to be caught. So what you do is you transfer the drugs to a friend of yours, so that the friend is caught and the friend is put behind jail. But please tell me, even if you transfer the drugs to your friend, whom do the drugs actually belong to? The drugs actually belong to you. So hence the government will come and catch you. Yes. Next, if you give the drugs to your friend and he gives it to another third party, again thinking that they will be caught, but the government knows that these drugs are basically belonging to you, and just replace the drugs by income. If you have some income, you know you will be taxed and you don't want to be taxed, can you transfer that income to your friend so that he is taxed and he probably has a basic exemption limit that is not getting used? Yes. So in that case, guys, will the government again bring it back to you, that income, and tax it in your hands? Yes, you will be taxed in your hands, and this concept is called clubbing of income. Clubbing of income is basically your income. It is very much your income, but you have manipulated it. In most cases, you've manipulated it and given it to someone else. So they will pull it back and give it back to you, and that is called clubbing of income. Let's see the sections, guys. What are the sections? The first section of clubbing of income is section 60. And in section 60, this is the surgeon. He is transferring income to his friend. So let's say the surgeon has some debentures. On debentures, he is earning interest income. Guys, please tell me answers in the chat box. Otherwise, I will not know whether you're understanding or not. Please tell me, these debentures belong to the surgeon. This is the surgeon. These debentures. So who will be taxed on the interest that you earn on the debentures? Who will be taxed? The surgeon will be taxed. But he is in a higher tax slab, so he doesn't want to be taxed. Can he tell the company to pay the interest to his friend? Yes. So he's transferred the income, but he's not transferred the asset. He doesn't trust his friend, so he did not transfer the asset. The debentures are still with the surgeon, only income is being taxed with the friend. Please tell me, who do the drugs belong to, guys? In this case, who do the drugs belong to? The drugs belong to the surgeon. Who does the income belong to? The income belongs to the surgeon. So will clubbing of income apply in this case? Yes, clubbing of income will apply, and the income will come back and will be taxed in the hands of the surgeon. This is section 60. I've used the surgeon's example, guys. Section 60 applies to everyone. It can be an individual like a surgeon, it can be an HUF, partnership firm, company, etc. So please tell me, if it's your drugs, who will be taxed or who will be put to jail? You will be taxed, you will be put to jail. Perfect. Next, guys, at section 61, the surgeon tries a certain different thing. What he does is, he transfers the income, that is the debenture interest, plus he also transfers the asset, but he transfers it in such a way that it is revocable. What do you mean by revocable? Revocable means he doesn't trust his friend, So revocable means he has the power to take it back. He might not exercise the power, but still, even if you have the power to take it back, is it revocable? Yes. So revocable means two things. Either you have the power to take it back, or you basically can enjoy the income, whether in full or in part, doesn't matter. You can enjoy the income from that asset. Yes. Then in both these cases, or in any of these cases, this transfer will be considered a revocable transfer. So now guys, you've given the income also and the debentures to the friend, but guys, who does the drugs still belong to? Who do the drugs belong to? They belong to the surgeon. So will it boomerang back? Will it come back? Yes. Clubbing will apply in this case as well. Yes. So transferring income and transferring asset also, but because it's a revocable transfer, it will boomerang back. Yes. And next guys, section 62. Here the surgeon said, I want to quit the business of drugs. I don't want to do anything with drugs. So this is the surgeon. He transfers not just the income, but he transfers the asset, irrevocable transfer, to his friend. Guys, now he is given his drugs to his friend. He says, friend, you throw it, you do whatever you want, it is your drugs. Now please tell me guys, whose drugs are these? These are the friend's drugs. Who will be taxed? The friend will be taxed. So will there be clubbing in this case? No, there will be no clubbing in this case. So this is section 62. What is the difference between 61 and 62? In 61, you transferred the asset, but it was an irrevocable transfer. Yes, this is an irrevocable transfer. This one is an irrevocable transfer. So this clubbing will not apply. So I am giving you some examples guys. I transferred my house property, which was given on rent, to a friend of mine, irrevocable. Will clubbing apply? No, clubbing will not apply because the drugs are not mine. Reliance Industries had a factory which they were earning income from. They transferred it to Jio, irrevocable transfer. Will the income come back to Reliance? No. So if it's irrevocable transfer, then it will not come back. Otherwise it will come back. What will come back guys? Asset or income? Income. Clubbing of income, clubbing of income. So this is the concept of section 60, 61 and 62, where income will be clubbed back. Yes. And there is section 63, which just defines what is revocable and what is not revocable. Section 63. So what is revocable? Revocable is when you have the power to take it back, or when you have the power to take it back, or when you enjoy the income from that asset. In that case, it is revocable. And of course, if what is not revocable is the opposite of this. Alright. Now guys, I am giving you some examples. You tell me it's revocable or not. I have given some gold to a friend of mine, but I have the power to take it back. Is it revocable? Yes. I have given an FD to a friend, but the interest I enjoy, part of the interest, is the asset revocable? Yes. Guys, I have given an FD to a friend and I have told him, friend, till you are alive, I will not take this FD back. The FD is also yours, the interest is also yours. So till the friend is alive, it is irrevocable. But after you are no more, I tell my friend, after you are no more, it will come back to me. After that, does it become revocable? Yes. Revocable means it comes back to you, or you have the power to take it back. So till my friend is there, it will be irrevocable. After my friend is no more, it will come revocable. That is basically the concept. If revocable, irrevocable. Section 60, section 61, 62 and 63 apply to everyone. Yes, these four apply to everyone. Now we are doing clubbing with respect to certain specific individuals. First, we are starting off with children. Please tell me, for a parent, are his children or is his child very important, very special? Yes. Is the child A1? Yes. So clubbing of income of minor children is section 64 1A. because that's the opposite of A1. Section 64 1A is clubbing of income of minor children, not major. No, clubbing does not happen in major children. Major children, they will pay their own taxes, but only in minor children clubbing of income will happen. Yes. So imagine guys, this is a surgeon, imagine this is this wife, and they have 3 children, 1 2 3. The first one is a singer, the second one unfortunately is disabled, and the third one is perfectly fine, normal person. All right, the first one is a singer, the second one is disabled, and the third one is normal person. And of course they, all the 3 minor children have incomes. So will clubbing apply? Yes, the first ruling, clubbing will apply for all incomes. First, clubbing for all incomes. But in whose hands it will be clubbed? In the surgeon's hands or the wife's hands? Whoever's income is more before such clubbing. So if surgeon's income is more before such clubbing, then surgeon's hands. If the wife's income is more, then in the wife's hands. So whoever has more income before such clubbing. All right. This has some exceptions. First, any SIM income, there will be no clubbing. What is SIM? Any income from the skill, intelligence or manual work. This is a shortcut guys, only for you and me. What is SIM income? Just like tick discount, this is a SIM income. Any skill, intelligence or manual work. So if you do any skill like singing, if you have any intelligence like KBC or quiz contest, if you have any income from manual work like working in ads, etc., then that income will not be clubbed. So let's say the first child has singing income of 10 lakh rupees. Will that be clubbed in the hands of the parent? No. So that means, will that not be taxed? That will be taxed guys, but the minor child himself or herself will pay the tax. I repeat, will clubbing apply to this 10 lakhs? No, clubbing will not apply to this 10 lakhs, but will it be taxed? Yes, it will be taxed in the hand of the child. But guys, because he won the singing competition, your friend or the surgeon's friend gave him a cash prize of 75,000. Just like that guys. Imagine if you get a rank in CA final, will someone give you a gift? Maybe. Same way, this child has won a singing competition, and because he won a singing competition out of love and affection, a friend gave 75,000 in cash. Is this SIM income? No guys, this is not SIM income, because it is not directly from your singing, intelligence or manual work. This is a gift. So please tell me, gift, is this MISB SAT job? Yes. Is it coming from a relative, marriage, etc.? No. And is it more than 50,000 aggregate? Yes. So will it be taxed? Yes. Now will clubbing apply on this? Yes. So it will be clubbed in the hands of the surgeon or the wife, whoever has higher income. Guys, once you decide it will be clubbed in the hands of the surgeon or the wife, once you decide that, it will not change every year. Every year it will be clubbed in that person's hands only, unless there is a separation, etc. And if there is a separation, whoever maintains the child, in that person's hand it will be clubbed. Now guys, 10 lakh also, 75,000 also. So how much total money does this child have? 10 lakh 75,000. He doesn't know what to do. So you tell him, listen, go to a bank and make an FD. So he makes an FD, and on that FD, he earns interest income of 1 lakh. Please tell me here, is singing SIM income and this 10 lakh 75, is this first level of income? Please tell me, 10 lakh 75, is this first level of income? Is converting it into a FD second level of income? No guys, converting it into a FD is not second level. But from the FD, if you earn interest, is that the second level of income? Yes. Guys, I repeat, is 10 lakh 75 first level of income? Yes. That 10 lakh 75, if I convert into an FD, is that second level of income? No, that is just conversion of asset. When that FD gives me interest, is that second level of income? Yes, that is second level of income. So this is the concept. Now, SIM income will not be clubbed, but guys, second level of income, which is called accretion of income, it is called, the word is accretion to income. Accretion means addition to income. Will this be clubbed? Yes. How will you remember it? Children don't have their mind of their own. So this accretion, parents only would have told them. So hence accretion of income is clubbed. Yes, it is clubbed. But guys, for the disabled child, let's say the disabled child also has 10,75,000 income. Will that be clubbed? No, nothing of the disabled will be clubbed. And what if the disabled unfortunately also makes an FD and also has 1 lakh interest income? Will the second level be clubbed? No, not even the first level, not even the second level. So for disabled, nothing will be clubbed. Yes, nothing will be clubbed. Guys, I hope you remember SIM income, every other income. So how will you remember this? I'll tell you the shortcut, guys. First, every income is to be clubbed. Yes, every income is to be clubbed. Then you make the exception, SIM income not to be clubbed, second level is okay, and disabled, nothing is to be clubbed. Alright. Now when you club, it is the same thing, guys. First you will compute in the hands of the person and then you will club. Example, let's say one of the child has a rental income from house property of 10 lakh rupees. One of the child has a rental income, let's say not disabled child, the other child has a rental income of 10 lakh. Guys, is rental income SIM income? No. So this rental income, will I club 10 lakh in the hands of the surgeon? No, guys. First you will compute. From 10 lakh you will minus 30 municipal tax, 24A, 24B, and out of that, let's say 7 lakh, will I add 7 lakh? Yes, you will add 7 lakh. So basically what you will do is you will compute and then you will do clubbing. Always, yes, you will compute and then you will club. Alright. Next. So compute and then you will club. This is for every clubbing. You will compute first and then you will club. This is accretion of income. And yes, guys, whenever you club, we've already done exemption. There is an exemption called 1032, whereby they say that whichever child's income you're clubbing, we will give you a huge, actually not huge at all, 1,500 rupees per child whose income is clubbed. That's it. Yes, and that too is maximum. Yes. So if you're clubbing 1200, we'll give you only an exemption of 1200. But if you're clubbing 10 lakh, we will give you 1500. So 1500 is the maximum. Yes. Per child. Yes. How many children? No problem. How many ever children? But every child whose income is clubbed, you will get 1500 exemption. This is under section 1032. This is something that a lot of people forget in the exam, the pressure. So please remember, whenever you have clubbing of income for minor children, you will minus 1500. So let's quickly recap 64(1)(a). This is minor children. In minor children, what is the section? Section 64(1)(a). SIM income is not to be clubbed. Disabled is never to be clubbed. Second level of income can be clubbed. For disabled, it can never be clubbed. Compute first and then club, and whenever you add, you will add minus 1500 per child maximum. Guys, I am giving you a question on the screen. Please answer. This child, the first child, he got a gift from his uncle of 5 lakh rupees. He got a gold chain of 5 lakh rupees from his uncle. Will this be clubbed? And yes, if it will be clubbed, in whose hands? In the father's hands or in the uncle's hands? Whose hands it will be clubbed? First, compute. Will it be taxed, guys? Is it MISB SAT job? Yes. Is it coming from a relative? 232. Is uncle your relative? Uncle means parents, brother. Yes, relative, so it's not taxed. If it's not taxed, there's no question of income only. But let's say this 5 lakh gold chain came from a father's friend. Then will it be taxed? Yes. Will it be taxed in the father's friend's hand or in the father's hands? Remember, guys, it will always be taxed in the parents' hands. So they might give you these confusing names, but it will always be clubbed in the hands of the parent. That is section 64(1)(a), something that is very common in the exam. Next, 64(2). This is the surgeon and he has some drugs, let's say debentures, on which he is earning interest, but he does not want to pay tax. He has an HUF which also has a basic exemption limit. You know, guys, HUFs also have a basic exemption limit. So he transfers his drugs to the HUF. So please tell me now, whose drugs are these? These are the surgeons. So will the income come back to the surgeon? Yes. And what if the HUF is partitioned and these drugs go to some other family member? Even then, who does the drugs belong to? The surgeon. Will it come back again? Yes. So section 64 is transferred to an HUF. Yes. So 64 is all about relationships. Yes. And 64 only applies to individuals. Guys, minor children can only be of an individual. A partnership firm cannot have minor children. So 64 1A is only for individual. 64 2 is also only for an individual transferring income to his HUF. And the most common thing in the exam is 64 1, that is transfer to wife and son's wife. First we will discuss wife or spouse, not only wife, even husband. So this is transfer to spouse, very very important. Watch out guys. There are three sections to it: 64 1 2, 64 1 4 and 64 1 2 47 2 4 and 7. Very carefully watch this out. Now even if you forget 2 4 7, there is, I think, some internet issue. Alright, I'm back. Just 1 second guys. Perfect. So 64, even if you forget 2, 4 and 7, even if you forget this, doesn't matter guys. Just remember that to the transfer with the wife, there can be 3 kinds of clubbing. Watch out. This is the surgeon. And he is again transferring his drugs, but this time he is transferring the drugs to the spouse. Guys, who does the drugs belong to? The drug belongs to the surgeon. So will it come back to the surgeon? Yes, it will come back. In 2 cases it will not come back. What are the 2 cases? If the surgeon and the spouse have separated and this is under separation he is given it, or if the spouse has paid consideration or adequate consideration for such drugs. So I repeat guys, when you transfer your drugs or your income to your spouse, will it come back? Yes, it will come back. In 2 cases it will not come back: if you and your spouse are being separated and this transfer is under separation, and if the spouse has paid adequate consideration. Guys, what if the drugs are worth 1 lakh rupees and your spouse has paid only 25,000 rupees? Then how much has she paid? 25%. So 75% she has not paid, so 75% will come back to you. This is transfer of asset to the spouse. Remember this. Will it come back? Yes, except 2 situations. But guys, what if the surgeon gives the drugs to a third party and the third party gives it to the spouse? Please tell me now also, who does the drugs belong to? The drugs belongs to the surgeon, so they will come back to the surgeon. Yes, it will come back to the surgeon. So 4 and 7, or the 2 situations that I gave you, are very simple to understand. The next one is also simple, not very complicated if you think about it. Guys, here is the surgeon. He has a lot of income, so he is paying very high taxes. And here is the spouse. And the spouse has no income. Her basic exemption limit is getting wasted. So what the surgeon does, he has an entity called Syringe and Company, in which he and his relatives have substantial interest. So that means he can control that entity. Yes. He tells that entity, listen Syringe and Company, pay my spouse a salary of 3 lakh rupees. Syringe and Company says, listen, I'll do it because you're my boss, you're holding substantial interest in me. I will pay 3 lakhs. But what do I call it as? Because I'm Syringe and Company, I'm a pharmaceutical company. So he says, pay it as medical consultancy. But the spouse is a jewelry designer, guys. So is this in relation to her qualification or her experience? No, This is not in relation to her qualification or experience. I repeat once again. There is a surgeon at one end and the spouse at the other end. The spouse has some basic exemption limit which is getting wasted. The surgeon doesn't like it. So he tells syringe and company, in which he or his relatives have substantial interest, that listen, pay her some salary, even if it's not connected with her qualification or her education, doesn't matter. So syringe and company pays 3 lakh rupees. Please tell me here, are you all fooling the government somehow? Yes. The spouse on 2.5 lakh will not pay any tax. So this is basically just just misusing the basic exemption limit. So hence in this case, again, this 3 lakh will be clubbed back in the surgeon's hands. Yes, not in syringe and company's hands, but in the surgeon's hands. I repeat the 3 situations for the spouse. Everyone, this and minor children are very, very important. Watch out. Can the surgeon give the drugs directly to the spouse? This is direct transfer. Yes. Will the drugs come back? Yes. There are 2 situations when they will not come back: separation and consideration. Can he give it indirectly through a third party to the spouse? Yes. Again, they will come back. Yes. And one situation is basically of salary or professional fees paid to the spouse, which is not connected. Guys, what if she was a doctor and this was paid in relation to her medical consultancy? Then we have no problem. But because it's not related to her education or professional qualifications, in that case, clubbing will apply. Alright. And these last 2 same situations, instead of spouse, if I put son's wife, not daughter's wife, only son's wife, then again clubbing will happen. Yes. But remember guys, this transfer can be of debentures, can be of gold, can be other things. But if it's house property, then it will be tackled under section 27. Section 27 tackles house property for spouse also and minor married daughter also. Perfect. So again, recapping guys, we are almost done with this chapter. Again, recapping. Can I transfer income to my minor child? Will it come back? Yes. So this relationship is taken care of. Can I transfer income to my HUF? Will this come back? Yes. Can I transfer income directly or indirectly or through a substantial interest entity to my spouse? Will it come back? Yes. Son's wife also, will it come back? Yes. If you forget the section, minor child is 64(1)(a) and rest HUF is 64(2). This is 64(1). This is also 64(1). In case you forget the subsections, no problem. But guys, what if you transfer an asset to your major child? Then will it come back? No, it will not come back, because major child, parents, etc. are not covered in these relationships. But if you transfer it, but there is a revocable transfer, then it will come back, because section 61, 60 tackles it. But otherwise, if you transfer to your parent, guys, the best thing you could do is, you don't want the income, give it to your parents. Just tell the surgeon, if you don't want the income, you feeling you're taxing very high, give it to your parents. There is no clubbing of income, but guys, hardly people do that, because once you grow up and once you earn your own money, you don't want to give it to your parents. So very few people do that. In this case, there is no clubbing. Even though the government will be cheated, please tell me here, your income you're transferring to your parents, the parents might even have basic exemption limit up to 5 lakh rupees. The government will be cheated here, but still the government is okay, because you're giving it to your parents. Alright. So only minor child, HUF, spouse and son's wife, only 4 relationships are worked here. Yes, in 64, only 4 relationships are worked. Now guys, I'm giving you an example. Watch out for this next example and answer very, very carefully. This is the surgeon. He has transferred some FD worth 10 lakh rupees to the spouse. No separation, no consideration paid. Guys, who do the drugs belong to? The drugs belong to the surgeon. On this, the spouse earns 1 lakh rupee interest. Please tell me, will clubbing of income apply? Will this interest be taxed in the hands of the surgeon? Yes. Guys, please tell me, otherwise I will not know if you're understanding or not. Will clubbing apply on this interest income? No. Why will it not apply, guys? Please tell me, who is this 10 lakh? No, guys. Where is second level coming? So disappointed with the answer, Abhi. Where is this second level? You've given FD to your spouse. On FD you earned 1 lakh interest. If I give you a house and you earn rental income, is that second level of income? Please don't disappoint yourself and me, guys. Don't do this. Please tell me what, guys. I want answers, otherwise I will not be interested too much in teaching you in depth. Please tell me the answers. What is transferred by the surgeon to the spouse? FD. On this FD, what is the first income that you earned? FD is not an income, guys. What is the first? FD is an asset. What is the first income that you earned? The first income that you earned is interest. Alright, guys, don't get confused with first level, second level. Don't put yourself to so much confusion in your mind. Alright. Guys, will this income be clubbed? Are the drugs belonging to the surgeon? Yes, this income will be clubbed. Now, this interest of 1 lakh, the spouse buys shares, and from the shares there is capital gain. Is capital gain the second level of income? Yes. Buying the shares is not second level of income. FD is not second level. Getting capital gain is a second level. Will second level be clubbed in the hands of the surgeon? No, because the spouse, the son's wife, etc. have a mind of their own. Good answers, thankfully. So, only first level of income will be clubbed. Yes. Second level only for minor children because they don't have a mind of their own. That's how you have to think. Alright. Giving one more example before we go to the module questions. And we can also go to the quick book. But next example on the screen, guys. This is the surgeon. He gave 10 lakh rupees of gold to the wife. 10 lakh rupees of gold to the spouse. Please tell me, who does the drugs belong to? Who does the 10 lakh drugs belong to? It belongs to the surgeon. There is no separation. There is no consideration. The spouse has paid. Now, the spouse says, what will I do with this so much gold? So she takes the gold of the surgeon worth 10 lakhs and she puts her own gold, and with 20 lakhs, so let's say she puts 10 lakhs of her own gold, 10 lakhs of the surgeon's. So with 20 lakhs, she starts a jewelry business. With 20 lakhs of gold, she starts a jewelry business on which she's made an income of 5 lakh rupees this year. Please tell me, is this the first level of income? I'll answer yes. Because till now there were only assets. Gold was all assets. This is the first level of income. Yes. Some part of these drugs belong to the surgeon. Guys, how much belongs to the surgeon? Good answer, Abhi. 50% belongs to the surgeon. So out of this, 2.5 lakhs will go back. Yes. What if this was a loss? Even if then it was a loss also, it will go back as loss. So profit or loss, anything will go back. Yes. And guys, remember one more thing, one very crucial thing, that this has to be invested in the business from the start of the year. Yes, from the 1st of April. If you invest even from the 10th of April, it will not be clubbed that year. It will go to next year's clubbing. So it has to be used from the start of the year. Yes. Guys, now I'm going to go to the quick book. First, let's read from the quick book and then let's also solve the module questions on clubbing of income. So here it is. Clubbing of income, here we go. Guys, section 60 says clubbing of income to apply in case of transfer of income without transfer of asset. So income is being transferred, asset is not being transferred. Section 61 says that income is also being transferred, asset is also being transferred, but revocable transfer, which is a fake transfer. It's almost like someone giving you an iPhone on your birthday saying congratulations but taking it back. And section 62 is where clubbing will not apply. Why? Because there is transfer of income and transfer of asset irrevocable. 63 only tells you what is revocable, what is not revocable. That is section 63. Just one second. Now 64(1)(a), clubbing of income in case of minor children. As income of minor children will be clubbed in the hands of that parent whose income is higher before such clubbing. Once decided, this option will continue in the future years. If parents had separated, then clubbed in the hands of that parent who maintains the children. Exceptions: no clubbing in case of SIM income, that is income from skill, intelligence and manual work, and no clubbing in case of disabled minor children. Even accretion to income, bonus shares will be subject to clubbing except disabled minor child. Disabled, nothing will be clubbed. And 1500 will be deducted per child whose income is clubbed, maximum 1500 we guess. In case of clubbing, minor married daughter, guys, you will ignore minor married daughter. Minor married daughter is just minor daughter. Only in section 27 you have a concept of minor married daughter. 64(1)(2), 64(1)(4) and 64(1)(7) is basically with the spouse. 64(1)(2) is when you, along with your relatives, have substantial interest in an entity and that entity is paying some money to the spouse, then it will come back if it's not in relation to professional educational qualification. 64(1)(4) is basically you transferring your drugs to a spouse, it will come back. If the spouse introduces into a business also, it will come back, but second level will not come back. In case of accretion, it will not come back in this case because she has a mind of her own. And 64(1)(7) is indirect transfer, it will also come back. 64(1)(6) and 8 are same for son's wife, same concept for son's wife also, accretion will not come back. Cross transfers, I forgot, but it's not even very important. What is cross transfer? Guys, this is the surgeon and this is his wife. And this is his best friend and this is the best friend's wife. Now they both know, the best friend and the surgeon, they both know if they transfer asset to their spouses, a clubbing will come back. So the surgeon transfers the asset like an FD into the friend's wife's name and irrevocable, so it will not come back. And the best friend transfers, let's say, some debentures in the wife's name, so again clubbing will not come back. Lag? Is there a lag? No? Okay. Avi, maybe some issue at your end. Alright. So here in this case, both are transferring incomes in a crossed manner such that clubbing will not apply and they are trying to cheat the government, avoid taxes. The government says in this case, clubbing will apply, yes, with their respective spouses. So this income will be clubbed here and this income will be clubbed here. Not very important, cross transfers. HUF, you know the intention. In that case, clubbing will apply. Guys, just putting the PDF up for clubbing of income. Just 1 second. Here we go, clubbing of income. All right. And just taking you to the sums of clubbing of income, very interesting sums, especially in the exams. So when we see exam questions, you'll know what kind of interesting sums come from clubbing of income. All right, let's do this, guys. Every chapter that we have done the module questions, and that's really important. What you could do at your end is also do the illustrations from the module. We don't have so much time in the fast track course, but I'm going to cover the module questions, all of them, and the MCQ booklet, and as many exam questions as we can. Let's do this. Mr. Sharma has 4 children consisting of 2 daughters and 2 sons. The annual income of the 2 daughters are 9,000 and 4,500, and of the sons is 6,200, 4,300. The daughter who has an income of 4,500 was suffering from a disability, so no clubbing of this income. Under section 80, compute the income earned by minor children to be clubbed in the hands of Mr. Sharma. So guys, first 9,000 will be clubbed, yes, but only 7,500 will be added. Next 6,200 will be clubbed, yes, but only 6,200 minus 1,500, only 4,700 will be added. And here 4,300 minus 1,500, So only 2,800 will be added. So this is the income which will be clubbed in the hands of the parent under section 64(1)(a). So 7,500 and two sons and both 1,500 they've minused. Perfect. Very simple sum. Very good question, guys. Over to us. During the previous year 21-22, the following transactions occurred in respect of Mr. A. Mr. A had a FD of 5 lakh in Bank of India. He instructed the bank to credit the interest of 9% from 1st April to 31st March the whole year to the savings account of Mr. B, the son of his brother, to help him in his education. Guys, here please tell me, is there transfer of income? Forget who's being transferred to whom, but is there transfer of income? Yes. But is there transfer of asset? No transfer of asset. So will it come back? Yes, it will come back. Whose drugs are these? Who's the fixed deposit of Mr. A? So in the hands of Mr. A, this will be taxed. Yes. Let's calculate the amount. 5 lakh into 9%, that is 45,000. That is answer for A. Let's do the B1. Mr. A holds 75% profit share in a partnership firm. Remember, partnership firm profit share, the share of income is exempt. And if there is exempt, will there be any clubbing, guys? If the income is exempt, will it be any clubbing? No. Perfect. It's almost like if you go to a wedding, will you have a bill at the end of the meal? No. Same way, if there is exempt income, why will it be added? Mr. A holds 75% profit share in a partnership firm. Mrs. B received a commission of 25,000 from the firm for promoting the sales of the firm. Mrs. A possesses no technical professional qualification. Guys, does Mr. A have substantial interest in the partnership firm? Yes. And is the partnership firm paying something to the spouse? Yes. Not linked? Not linked. So will clubbing happen? Yes. In whose hands? Partnership firm or Mr. A? Mr. A. So this is 25,000. This is under section 64(1)(2). If you don't remember, 64(1) is perfectly okay. If you don't remember that, 64 is also okay. Mr. A gifted a flat to Mrs. A. Guys, flat is not in clubbing of income. It is under section 27, remember. During the previous year 21-22, Mrs. A's income from house property, which is computed, was 52,000 from such flat. Guys, will you add this first? Is this separation or is this adequate consideration? No. So will you add this? Yes. How much will you add? You will add 52,000. Next. Mr. A gifted 2 lakh to his minor son, who invested the same in a business and derived income of 20,000 from the investment. Guys, is the asset will be added? No. Will the income be clubbed? Yes. The chapter's name is clubbing of income, not clubbing of asset. Remember, whenever you're trying to add, just ask yourself, is the income? Yes. Will it be added? Yes. But when you're adding, can you minus 1,500? Yes, don't forget that. So 18,500 will be added. And last, Mr. A's minor son derived an income of 20,000 through a business activity involving application of skill and talent. Will this be clubbed? No, this will not be clubbed. So will this be exempt? No, it will be taxed in the hands of Mr. A's minor son, but it's only 20,000, so it will be within the basic exemption limit. During the year, Mr. A got a monthly pension of 10,000. Monthly pension you will see in salaries is just like salary. It is taxable. Yes. He had no other income. Mrs. A received a salary of 20,000 per month from a part-time job. So guys, Mrs. A has higher income. So clubbing for minor children will happen in whose hands? Clubbing for minor children. First, what you will do is you will finish all the clubbing. The clubbing from minor children. This is not minor child. This is not minor child. This is not minor child. Only this 20,000 is minor child. This one. So first you will club Mr. A's income. You will also club Mrs. A's income. We've not done salary chapter, but in salaries you get 50,000 deduction, etc. And whoever's income is higher, you will add it in that person's income. Yes. So here, guys, Mr. A's income, pension income, standard deduction is 70,000. Mrs. A's income is 1,90,000. So who has higher income? 1,90,000. So in that person's, the income of the minor son will be added. No, sorry, my bad. Mr. A's salary income is 70,000, but the other incomes, if you add, it becomes 1,92,000, and this is 1,90,000. So who has higher income? Mr. A has higher income. So you have to calculate all the incomes till the minor child's clubbing, and now that the minor child's income is being clubbed, whoever has higher income, it will be clubbed in that person's income. Alright, going to the next one. Interesting, guys. Mr. A has gifted a house property. Guys, house property, does it come in section 64 clubbing or does it come in section 27? It comes in section 27. Mr. A gave a house property valued at 50 lakh to his wife. So the drugs were passed from Mr. A to the wife. Mrs. B, who in turn has gifted the same to Mrs. C, so it gave it to C. The house was let out for 25,000 per month throughout the year. So how much did C earn? 25,000 into 12. On that, guys, will there be 30% reduction? Yes, all of that will be there. So 2,10,000 is income from house property. Guys, whose drugs are these? Originally, whose drugs are these? Mr. A's drugs. So it will be clubbed and taxed finally back in the hands of Mr. A. So here, if you see 2,10,000, this is the income. As per section 27, it will be taxed back in the hands of Mr. A. Therefore, Mr. A would be the deemed owner of the property and he will be taxed on such income. Here we go. In this case, income of 2,10,000 would be included in the income of Mr. A. So this is section 27. Yes, when A transfers it to A transfers it to his wife. This is section 27. When the wife transfers it to the daughter-in-law, son's wife, this is section 64, 1, 6 and 8. So here it will come back and here it will come back. So 2 times it will boomerang back, but ultimately it will boomerang back to Mr. A. Guys, don't get confused with this. Ask yourself, who do the drugs belong to? If it belongs to A, it will come back to A. But of course the section here is 64, 1, between the wife and the son's wife, and between you and your wife it is section 27. Very interesting question, guys. The next, 4th one. A proprietary business was started by Srimati Rani in the year 2019. As on the 1st of April 2020, her capital in the business was 3 lakhs. So there is a lady called Srimati Rani who has a business with capital of 3 lakhs. Her husband gifted 2 lakh to her, but on the 10th of April, not on the first day of the year, on the 10th of April, and such sum was invested by Srimati Rani in a business on the same date. Srimati Rani earned profits from her proprietary business for the year 2021. As 2021, the income was 1,50,000. Will any clubbing happen in this year? No, because it was invested on the 10th of April. So her business investment was 3 lakh. Her profit was 1.5 lakh. So her capital now is 4.5 lakh. Now, guys, the next year 3,90,000 was earned. Now will this be clubbed in the year 21-22 when this 3,90,000 will be at? Yes, some amount will be clubbed in the husband's income. How much amount will be clubbed? The husband has given 2 lakh and she has invested 4,50,000. So in that ratio, so total is 6,50,000. So 3,90,000 divided by 6,50,000 into 2 lakhs will be clubbed. So I'll just show you the calculation here. In the first year, 3 lakh, then gift from husband is 2 lakhs, so total investment is 5 lakh, and 1.5 lakh was the profit, so total business was 6.5 lakh investment. Out of that, the husband gave 2 and the wife was 4.5. I'll repeat, we also did the same thing here. The first year there was no clubbing, so the wife 3 lakh, her profit 1.5 lakh, so the wife's amount, a wife's drugs are worth 4,50,000, the husband's drugs are worth 2 lakhs. So when you make a profit, you will divide it in the proportion of those drugs. Yes. So this 3,90,000 will be divided in the same ratio. This table looks complicated, but otherwise you can show it as normal mathematic question as well. Guys, last question for the session. Question number 5. Guys, Mr. B is the Karta of an HUF whose members derive income This 10,000 will be added here, 8,500. Minor daughter's P is earning from sports. Is this sim income? Is this sim income? Yes. So will this be clubbed? No. It will not be clubbed here also, here also. And D is winnings from lottery. D is who? Minor son D. Winnings from lottery 1,95,000. Will it be added? Yes. 1,95,000. And will you minus 1500? Yes, you will minus 1500. Here we go. I was just showing you the sum. 1,50,000. Alright. 95,000. No clubbing because skill. Guys, can you all hear me? So in this case, guys, can you all hear me now? Please tell me if you can hear me. Yes, okay. So income of 45,000 for B in PGBP, income of salary of 76,000. But guys, we've not understood flat 50,000 deduction because we haven't done salary. But if you remember, Mr. B has 45,000. Mrs. B although has 76,000, but in salaries which we've not done, there is a flat 50,000 deduction. So if you minus that, her income is lower, that is 26,000. Income of FD of minor son D, will it be added? Yes, but you will minus 1500. So you will add 8,500 here. Next, income of 95,000 is because of skill, and income of 1,95,000 arising to minor son from lottery shall be included in the hands of Mr. B as income from other sources. Alright, so here 95,000. No, how much is the casual income, lottery income? 1,95,000. Perfect. So this is this. I have to, guys, can you hear me? Mute. Also, if you have any questions, reach out to me anytime on Telegram. Thank you so much, guys.